what do you tell when people usually ask you how was your life in the US? So, well, I got lost in the biggest airport of the world. I broke my ankle and couldn't finish my basketball season. I lost my monthly stipend. And I broke my phone twice. So I started asking why this bad things are happening to me. I was really thinking a lot about this, so I even Googled about this. So I wrote why bad things are happening to me. And the first 3 links were advertisement, and then other links were saying, well, if you have a problem and you can fix it, then don't worry. But you have a problem and you cannot fix it, then there's nothing to worry too. But I had a lot of problems and I couldn't stay calm with it. I have to solve them. So I started thinking about this, and then I realized one thing. You see, when I was in Washington, D.C., I won a scholarship for the workshop for young leaders in Washington, D.C. And I was flying from Denver to Washington, D.C. It was my first experience flying alone. And I was very nervous. My palms were sweating. My flex t-shirt was getting uncomfortable, even though it was 2 times bigger than my original size. So I waved to my host parents and I went to passport control. Fortunately, I passed the passport control. I found my gate. I got into the plane. And I was sitting in the plane alone. And then I was thinking, but what if I will get lost in the airport? And then my inner voice said, no, I'm not gonna get lost. But then again, but what if I'm gonna get lost? And I'm like, no, I'm gonna get lost. So I just got to Washington, D.C. I got off the plane and I got my suitcase. I checked my phone and the place where I'm supposed to be. And then it says door number 6. I found door number 1. I found door number 2. I found door number 3. But I couldn't find door number 6. Well, I was looking and I started panicking. I started calling to American consuls, but they weren't answering me. Then I started asking people around, but they didn't know where the door number 6. So I sat down on the bench. I was almost crying. I was alone. And then my phone rang. I answered the phone and they said, is it Ulugbek Kadyrbekov? I said, yes. Well, we are waiting for you in the door number 6 on the 2nd floor. And I said, okay, on the 2nd floor. And so I went to the 2nd floor. So you see, it was in the plane that I already got lost when I was telling to myself that I'm gonna be lost. Here's another example. The most 2 things that I wanted to do during my flex year is to go to roller coasters and play for a basketball team. So I played for a basketball team. I was a center in the team, and everything was going great. We had a winning streak of 70-0. But there was a taller guy, and he was bothering me. I had a big fear that I'm gonna be substituted by that guy. So I was holding this fear in my head, and then we reached the semifinals. And then I jumped very high, I blocked that guy, but then I landed wrong and then broke my ankle. So I couldn't finish the basketball season. So although my team made the state champions, but without me, it was very frustrating experience, it still hurts. So it was in my head that I was holding the fear. You have to be very careful what you say to yourself, because what you say to yourself is what you think, and what you think is what you attract. So it is your thoughts that create your life. So I constructed the anatomy of the thought, that it has frequency, it has an emotional charge, it has a positive and negative charge. So I'm gonna share the technique. If you have a bad thought in your mind, tell 3 positive thoughts to get rid of that thought. It's a very powerful technique. I use it every day. So, thank you for Flex for giving me these challenges and teaching me how to overcome this. And now you know the technique. Now you can overcome your challenges. So, go and take control of your thoughts and go and take control of your life. Thank you. Love you so much.